Let me talk to y'all about this, man. RIP to our legendary, vibrant, um, man. This woman feels like a mother to me. Angie Stone. RIP to Angie Stone, man. Angie Stone actually performed at Mardi Gras in a Mardi Gras event at the Grand Marshal Ball in Mobile, Alabama. I didn't know about that, but she passed away in a car crash. All right. She passed away in a car crash coming from Montgomery. Coming from Mobile, but it was in Montgomery. From my understanding, she was in a Sprinter van and a truck hit her, allegedly a 18-wheeler hit her, and it was 9 passengers in the car, but she's the only one that died in there. All right. Now, the reason I have this title up, and first of all, let's give her flowers, okay? Angie Stone made some of the best records ever, and I think the most important record she made, as far as I'm concerned, is Brother. Black brother, strong brother. I want you to know. That right there always has made me feel empowered as a black man. At the time when society and the world can talk ish about us and crap on us and different things like that, and we're living in a system of white supremacy and all this stuff, having a song like that really is monumental. That song is played at church services, Father's Day events, graduations. That song has lived forever and will continue to live forever. She made one of my favorite songs by her is No More Rain. That's when I first heard of who she was. But anyway, not only was she one of the crafters of the neo soul movement, all right, not only was she that, let me give you a history lesson. She was in the first hip hop girl group, actually. Yeah, she was a part of the foundation of hip hop. She's a hip hop pioneer. For those that didn't know, go check out her videos with Vlad. She talked about that in her interview. Because she's from South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. That's where my people from. The Haynes crew. They're from Columbia, South Carolina. But a lot of hip hop's roots came from the Carolinas. If you didn't know that, yes, it was the Mecca that started hip hop. But as far as putting a name on it, but hip hop had roots in the South, and Angie Stone was a part of the hip hop crew. She wrote for the Sugar Hill Gang. Did y'all know that? Oh yeah, because she went by Angie B, if I'm not mistaken, back then. That's something that I didn't know. So no, she just wasn't a singer in the neo soul movement. She was a part of a rap crew and was a hip hop pioneer. So giving her flowers. Shout out to Angie Martinez. I said Angie Martinez, Angie Stone. I'm so used to saying Martinez behind that, but shout out to Angie Stone. Okay, you said you got a lot of family in South Carolina. Yeah, we might be cousins. We might be cousins. But yeah, but the reason I'm bringing up mysterious death, and I have that in all caps, I'm gonna play y'all a video that she made a couple of months ago, and I did not know about this up until recently. Angie Stone made a video calling out Universal Music Group over her royalties, ladies and gentlemen, the mechanical royalties. Now, I know it's early and different things like that, but anytime somebody prominent that dies, that's black, especially artists, and it's, you got to put your tinfoil kufi hat on sometimes. So without any further ado, let me play y'all when she went on her live. I'm gonna play y'all what she said. This was months ago. And let's see.
End of the day.
Y'all listen to this. We're gonna watch this and then just try to break this down.
End of the day, after 40-something years in the business, I'm like, well, why? Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. And even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs, all the songs that I've done. I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. People that were supposed to do their due diligence. So I'm truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time. Because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people.
Let's keep watching. Look at this
I have to
video.
give up my coins. And so what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children and my grandchildren. They're going to have to give me my money. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? Or my problem?
Strong. Okay. Now, if you seen what she said that she was gonna get her royalties, like she was going after that. So it's just very strange that she just said that a couple of months ago. And all of a sudden now she ends up passing away in a car accident with 9 people, but she's the only one. That's strange. Now, I'm not saying that the music industry did take her out, but it does raise a level of concern that ironically, she's talking about getting her royalties and all this other good stuff, right? Around it, and then shortly after that, she gets into a car crash. Now, do accidents happen? Yes. I've lost a frat brother a couple of years ago over a car crash. Car accidents do happen, ladies and gentlemen. Of course they do. We've had loved ones that have died from car crashes due to drunk driving, whatever the case may be. So those do happen, right? But it's just very ironic that this is happening. And this has been a pattern with Black artists, okay? When Prince, do you remember? We still don't know how Prince died. I've heard like 8 different things, and I'm not BSing with you. I've heard like 8 different things of how Prince died. But when he had signed to get his masters back, did a new deal with Warner Brothers, what happened? He ended up dying, right? Michael Jackson, he was going on the road to get his money straight. What happened? The doctor ended up killing Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was killed, wasn't just an overdose, whatever. That man was killed. That doctor killed Michael Jackson. And you have a repeated history. Like, from my understanding, Whitney Houston, she was about to do some deal, or she signed a new deal and was about to get like her master's or something like that. She died in a bathtub. So I'm bringing this up because this seems to be a repeated pattern. And I had no idea. And just think about this. Everybody was very shocked. I was extremely shocked with Angie Stone because I love, how did she die? Okay, she was 61. And I'm thinking maybe it was health related stuff, but they said it was a car accident. I said, okay, well, that happens. But then they say she was in a Sprinter van and it was 9 people in there, but all just out of the 9 people, she died. Now, I still need to research and see everything what happened. Accidents do happen, but the fact that she was trying to go and get the royalties and get the payments, all of this happens. And I was talking to my homeboy today, and he was just saying, well, why would they want to take her out? Because she's not she's not relevant musically. She wasn't relevant musically, like meaning she wasn't out there and a top star, right? And I said, well, that might give people more of a reason to actually try to do some foul play, to be honest, because it could just look like a natural thing that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it was an accident, whatever the case may be, But I just found it very ironic. It's like, hey, we don't feel like paying and all this other stuff. So if we do this, boom, we're good. So I just found that very strange. Very strange. So what do y'all think about it? Did y'all hear about that? After what I played for you, how do you feel about that, man? This just has been like repeated things that have happened when people want to get their royalties or their masters in their later years. And all of a sudden, just stuff like this happens, So I found that very weird, man. Very weird. But nonetheless, RIP to our sister, Angie Stone. Angie Stone, man, it brought tears to my eyes hearing Black Brother the other day. That's how tragic it is, man. So, You know, shout out to my South Carolina family and stuff like that, man. But y'all let me know in the comments what you think about that. And I always call things like this out. Anytime something happens to a famous Black person or something like that randomly, like it just makes me, you know, it makes me wonder, like, okay, well, what, you know, what's going on with it? Like, it makes you want to research and stuff like that, like, and see what exactly happened. But let me go on to this, man.